Hi, welcome to Market Flow. Today I want to do a analysis on Wall Street Bet's most popular stocks of the week, and at the end I'm gonna review the top 4 YoLos of the week. I think it's gonna be really cool to go through them. Anyway, so this is a new addition to the channel that I'm gonna do. This section is gonna be covering these stocks every week. So if you like the content of it, subscribe to the channel, like the video. And as a voice of warning, these stocks have really parabolic moves. Sometimes they go up 10% and they go down 10% or more, and therefore I want to give you a voice of warning here. If you're trading any of them, they're high risk, high reward, so manage your risk. I hold positions in some of them, therefore it is convenient for me to review them so I know what the sentiment and the technicals are looking at for the next week. Some of these stocks have outperformed the stock market by a lot, and so I mean there is something definitely good about these stocks. Some of them had really good value investment early on and they were shorted for the wrong reasons, and therefore I think it's good to keep an eye on what Wall Street Bets is doing, and so therefore I'm gonna give it a little bit of time on the channel. With that said, let's go ahead and start. This is a list for the most popular tickets trending on Wall Street Bets right now. This is the order right here, and then on the comments below let me know which of all of these ones is the best one to invest or trade this week, and let me know what's your entry point and what's your exit for this week. That will help everyone who's watching the videos. If for some reason you feel like any of these stocks have a big warning and maybe they should be sold, or at least take profits or risk management, put it as well in the comments below. That will help anyone who is watching the video. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead with GME. Okay, so GameStop. So GameStop right now, it's in a correction mode. What happened? Well, it went all the way to 344 and then it collapsed a little bit, and then it created this bearish flag right here. It broke the bearish flag, it found support on the 50 moving average, it got back to it, but it couldn't break above it. So right now it is a consolidation, bearish momentum right now. So there's a few things that GameStop has to do in order to look bullish. One of them, it has to break above the 212, which is the one that got rejected. It got popped but it couldn't hold it, so it has to break above it. That will give it momentum to the upside because it's going to break above this downtrend that is keeping it down. And then there's one more thing here to consider. This is the uptrend before the last move to the upside. So this is the uptrend right here. So once it has to hold this uptrend, because the moment that it loses this uptrend right here, then it's going to fall to the next support, which is 190. And then if that get lost, it's probably going to go all the way to 137 and maybe trade in this range like it did. So that is the bearish and the bull case scenario. You can see that this right here, this level has a lot of volume, so there has to be quite a bit of support right here, about 180 or 190. That's what we point out earlier. But then the pattern that I'm seeing here is that it can be an ABC correction, because this was a flag ABC, and then it can go all the way down to 99, 100. That is the worst case scenario right here. This part right here, if it ever gets to do that, should be strong support. So sometimes what can happen is can go break all these levels right here, and then it could look like it's about to crash, and then eventually find support right before the support levels, and then it kicks it back just like it did here, and then it found support. Normally that's a behavior the stocks do. They tend to drop a little bit more than what the support level is, and then that will hit a lot of stop losses. But this is what I see right now, and there's a bear and a bull case here. There's a bull case that is going to find support at this level, 50 moving average, maybe right here 190, and then eventually starts making another a U, and then that will be like a cup and handle situation, and then that's going to get everyone to the moon. Yeah, I said it. The worst case scenario is that this is an ABC correction and then it's gonna get you all the way to the back of the trend. So that's it. Let's go ahead and review the next one. Okay, so CLOV did a pretty good job getting out of this fallen wedge. It started making higher highs and higher lows. The ideal for CLOV was to finish above 1380. That would give you an impression that it was going to be a inverse head and shoulder. However, 13 level is very important to be held. The reason why is because if it breaks above 15, it's going to look like a cup and handle, and then there's going to be a lot of momentum. A lot of traders are going to start buying at this level once it breaks and it holds 15. So that is an ideal scenario for the bulls. If it breaks down from 13, the next support level is 11 and 60 cents, and right here this one should be and act like a really strong support level. 200 moving average, 50 moving average are right here. So even if it breaks below, I think it's just gonna come back, may give it an impression that it's gonna crash, whatever, and then eventually it's gonna come back. That's just a normal pattern right here. And normally when stocks run this much, like GameStop or AMC, they tend to consolidate for some time. So even though if it breaks this level, it's perhaps going to consolidate. That could be one scenario to pay attention, is that it can consolidate for some time until it breaks 15, and then that's where the momentum is going to come out. So those are my thoughts here for CLOV. There is definitely a bullish case here and a consolidation case. I don't see much of a downfall from here. In my opinion, there's a lot of support at this level. AMC looks so strong right now. Look at it. Wow, it's beautiful. It has gone against every speculation in the market. You can see that right here. And even though it looked like it was breaking out of this triangle at one point, it gained momentum and it's holding it right now. It looks like a massive bullish flag. Yeah, momentum is fading on the 1-day chart, but you know, again, as long as these levels right here hold for a period of time and then it gains RSI momentum, it can keep moving higher. In the 1-hour chart, AMC is looking like it's about to get a rocket ship, and the reason why is because it's almost looked like a inverse head and shoulders in a way, but more than anything, it had all this negative divergence in the RSI, and I think it's hitting the bottom of it and it's about to reverse that. All of this was just consolidation. It's a period of time of gaining momentum. As long as it breaks this important level 58, you can see this triangle right here, it should get a really impulsive move to the upside, and that's why I put the rocket ship there. Once it breaks this level, it's going to be very obvious for every trader that it's about to take off. So the distance of the triangle should give you the next level of resistance. So it's probably going to go all the way to 90 or 100. So hold your seat pretty tight, because I think this is about to take off. To be honest, the 20 moving average, it's getting there, and who knows how long more it's going to consolidate here before it gaps up and then it just starts taking off, in my opinion. Otherwise, breaking down, you get support all the way to 36 levels, maybe a little bit above 40. Otherwise, I think this is a good stock right now. I'm giving it the rocket ship right now. Which is doing very well. It's trying to reverse. This is the 1-hour chart right here, and as you can see, it's following this channel right here. It had a consolidation period and sort of like a W, and if I do the measurement of this W right here, it gave me the distance for that part right there. So I think that was a strong level to break, an important level to break. So that level was already broken, and then now it's just consolidating right here. It almost looks like a bullish flag right here. And as long as it keeps going on this channel, I think it's gonna keep going higher. As I said before, there is this cup and handle that is forming. The moment that it breaks 15, it should be able to get all the way to 20, and then again, if it breaks 20, then it's going to get to the next move. This one looks very good, looks very bullish. The RSI is looking good. It doesn't have any negative momentum. Worst case scenario, it gets rejected from the 15 right here, and then it probably has to come back to the 50 to 1170 and then gain momentum back. There's a lot of support right here. You have this line right here, you have the 15, the 20 moving average. All of this is coiling to make an impulsive move coming up soon. Not sure if it's going to do it within the next 2 or 3 days, but once it breaks this level, there is definitely going to be a lot of momentum. So space looks very bullish. 50 and 9 and 60, this is where there should be resistance, like you see right here. But if it breaks above it and it gets all the way to 55 and then it consolidates right here, it's going to look like a bull flag right here, and then it's going to get momentum to do another leg higher from there. So right now looks bullish. Again, it has to gain control of this level above 60. It's going to make another leg higher. Otherwise, if it gets rejected from here, it's very likely that it's going to come down here to fill this gap right here, and then it's going to find support at the 20 moving average. And I think that's pretty much what I see right here. Okay, so Palantir momentum looks really good. You can see that here in the RSI has positive momentum. It has been trending on this channel for some time with really strong momentum. Again, he broke this trend line right here, so it's ready to make another leg higher, in my opinion. Now it's gonna find a little bit of resistance in this level right here, 27.50 and above. The reason why is because this level has been a level where there has been sellers in the past. The ideal scenario right now is to get above this 27.50 for the bulls, and then get all the way to maybe 29. This is again another place where it's gonna find resistance, and then maybe 30. So it can go all the way maybe to 30, 29, and then eventually it will probably have to consolidate a little bit, retest some of these supports levels, and then continue higher. That's what I see right now. Still looking very bullish. As you can see, it just did a breakout, so it's ready to make another leg higher. So workhorse right now, it's consolidating right here, and as you can see, it had like a bull flag right here. So it makes me think that it can probably take off and then retest this level 18, 19. That's what I think right now it can do. Gain a little bit of momentum. It was really important for workhorse to recapture this level right here, 15, 13. Worst case scenario, if it breaks down from here, it's probably going to come back, fill up the gap at 12, and then it's going to look like inverse head and shoulders, and then there's going to coincide here with this trend line that I draw right here. But if I look at it right here at the 1 hour chart, you can see that a little bit clear. So it had this downtrend right here, kind of like an ABC. It broke to the downside, back tested this level 13.80, and then it regained control of 15.25. So it is important to regain this level. It makes me think that the next move is to go all the way to 18.80 or at least to $18, and then from there it's probably going to have a little bit of resistance, and if it breaks up from there, it's probably going to go higher than that. But right now, this is probably what I see right now. It's about to take off. It's about to go to 18.80. Worst case scenario, if it breaks down from this level and then breaks 13, it's going to go fill up this gap. So right now, this is BlackBerry right here. It's currently in a correction mode. You can see the RSI falling. There is really no much momentum to the upside. Every time it found support, it has been broken. It did at 13.75 and then broke that, and then 12.50, and then it broke that. So the next support level that I have is 11.40, 11.50. And so that is going to coincide with this gap right here. If we look at the 1 hour chart, you can see that a little bit better. There's a fallen wedge right here, and then once this fallen wedge breaks, there's going to be an oversold bounce. Now the resistance level that I have is 13.60, so I believe that somehow at one point or another, hopefully BlackBerry fills this gap, and then it bounces at least to 1360. If it gains control of 1360, then it's probably going to have another leg all the way to 1540 and so on. So this is what I see right now on BlackBerry, and I say hopefully it fills this gap and falls a little bit lower. Otherwise there's going to be a gap, a little bit of gap left behind. It's not like big deal, but it's always cleaner to have that for the bulls. Now Cleveland, ticker symbol CLF, it had this correction, this ABC, and then it bounced from there. It was looking very bullish, except at the end of the day it closed below the 20 moving average. That tells me that there's probably going to retrace a little bit. So there's a few bull thesis here. If you find support at 2120, this level right here, my thought is that it's going to come all the way to 23 and 24. That's going to be the next level of resistance, and then if it gains that, then it's probably going to keep going higher than that. Otherwise, if it breaks this level, it's going to come down here to 1990. That's what it found support before. That's where the 50 moving average is. I think there's going to be plenty of buyers right here, and I think that's pretty much it for this one. Worst case scenario, if that doesn't hold, it's going to go to 1770. You can see this level right here used to be strong resistance and support every time it's broken. So those are the levels to watch. I was looking at it as far as evaluation goes. This is a good value company. Sales is $9 billion, and then market cap is $10 billion. I mean, the downside of this is that they make no money. If they can improve their operation margins right here, this stock can really bust quite a bit. Otherwise, right now, it's trading like a fair value, but the momentum, it's still very positive. This is the date chart right here, and as you can see, even down here, you can see very strong uptrend channel, and right now it's like currently at the bottom of it. So you don't want to break below 20. Like I said, if you break below 20, it's probably going to go all the way to 18. That looks to be a very strong support level. So there you go. So right now TLRY looks a little bit bullish, especially because it was downtrending. You can see that right here. It found pretty good support at the 200 moving average, and then from there a higher high. You see there's a higher high, a higher low right here. So as long as he holds this higher low, 16 and 70 cents, 16 and 30 cents, I think it can make another leg higher all the way to 25. The pattern that I see is a inverse head and shoulders right here. So it's very important to break above this level, about 19 and 50 cents. Once it breaks above it, I think there's going to be a lot of buyers, a lot of momentum all the way to 26 and maybe all the way to 28. So those are the next levels that I see. If it breaks down from this level right here, and from the 200 moving average, it can probably go all the way to 12 and 10. You see this is the breakout level right here, and this used to be resistance. Right now Clean Energy, it's trying to reverse. You can see the downtrend right here, and all the moving averages are start trending below it. This is a good sign of a reversal. If I look at it in the 1 hour chart, you can see that it's trend bound between the 12.25 and 10.44, and it has gotten pretty good support of 10.24. I really think that it's about to go all the way to 12.25 in the next few days. Retested it, and if it breaks above it, I can see a lot of buyers coming in. Worst case scenario, if it breaks below 10.44, the next support's about going to be like 9.20, and you can see that right here, 9.20 look like a support right here, and I think there's going to be a lot of buyers right there. But my intuition right now is that it's about to hit higher all the way to 12 to 25 and then try to get above it. So pay safe right now, it used to be in a downtrend, maybe it still is, but it found a pretty good support right here around 1097. There used to be a gap right here, the gap got filled, and so now I think there's a lot of buyers stepping in, and especially on Friday it got up, so there was a lot of buyers after hours. That makes me think that there is institution who usually buy after hours making this stock gap up. So there is a few things here. Worst case scenario, it comes back, fills the gap, and then eventually starts trending higher, or it just starts making impulsive moves from here. So this is one that I'm gonna put in my watch list because I think it's about to reverse. We gotta see that a little bit more closely. But if I look here at this website, you can see maybe I have the wrong trend line in my computer, but it's breaking out from based on this website right here. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Like the video, subscribe. I'm about to review a few YoLos and just for fun. So let's go ahead and look at this one right here. This one comes from Unusual Obligation. His favorite number is 7. He bought about $4 million on Wish right here. He says Caesar is home. Where are my apes, brothers and sisters? And he's currently up 8%. This one feeling fairly bullish for GME, got about 62k shares at the close, so he did buy about 300 shares at the close with an average price of 208 right there. So this guy's name is, I'm not gonna say it, but his favorite number is 445. Next one, starving economic PhD student, YoLo 300k into CLOV, 10k in weeklies, because after my wife left I literally have nothing to lose. So this guy goes by the name of WEBULL calendar, magic number 8. So he bet, yeah, he did buy about 20,000 shares on Clover, average price 13.27, and some weeklies that expired on July 9. Last one, pay safe YoLo. I think it was a bit too early, so this guy probably bought a few days before it started uptrending, but good luck for him, because he actually, I mean, I think this is good for him because we saw on the chart that pay safe, it's about to reverse, and if I'm right on this, he probably break even on Friday. Maybe he's still a little bit lower at the closing price, but if PaySafe breaks out from there, he's probably gonna make good money from that. This is all I have for you guys. You guys have a good evening and enjoy your weekend.